So of course, one of the most iconic designer fragrances out there that's been around for a long time is Bleu de Chanel, and it is the Eau de Toilette version. There's been several flankers since its release. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at Citrus Ginger by Dossier. This is a clone or inspiration of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance, also let you know how close I think it comes to the original, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Citrus Ginger by Dossier, I'll let you know how close I think it comes to the original Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette. I do want to start things off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you took something of value from today's episode. It would really mean a lot to me. Now, of course, when it comes to Bleu de Chanel, I have owned several bottles of it in the past. Of course, there has been the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum, and there's been several flankers. And when it comes to Bleu de Chanel, the notes that are included in it are peppermint, lemon, and ginger in the opening, vetiver, pink pepper, and nutmeg in the heart. In the dry down, we have sandalwood, incense, and cedarwood. Whenever I think of Bleu de Chanel, I think of the incense, I think of the woods, I think of the citrus, even grapefruit, which I don't see in the note breakdown, but I kind of get that lemony grapefruit vibe. And as far as this one is concerned, the concentration of aromatic compounds is 15%. Always appreciate the brand's transparency and letting us know what the exact percentage is. In any case, I'll be letting you know how close I think it comes to the original Bleu de Chanel, with which I have over a decade of experience. But let's go ahead and start things off with a quick look at the presentation. So right in the opening of this fragrance, once I smelled it for the first time, it just brought me to work. Bleu de Chanel is a fragrance that I wear to work all the time. It's such a no-brainer. It's a dumb reach. It's very professional, very elegant, very well put together, well groomed, easy to pull off, mass appealing, all of the compliments, squeeze them in here. But that's definitely the vibe that Bleu de Chanel gives off. At least the Eau de Toilette, the Parfum and the Eau de Parfum, those are really good too. A little bit heavier, a little bit denser, but the reason why I say as soon as I smelled this, it brought me to work is because it activated those memories of me putting on my suit and tie, getting in my car, driving to my place of work. As you know, I'm a high school teacher. So it definitely reminded me of being at work, which for some people might be a good thing, for others not so much. But what that sort of explains, proves, or validates is the fact that this one is very close to the original. So Bleu de Chanel is a fragrance that I've worn to work so many times. And the reason for that is because just like this imitation, we do have that bright lemony opening. You have that ginger appeal, not a very bright or spicy ginger. So it's not going to be something like, you know, Diorum Sport or, you know, Molecular 1 plus ginger or M plus ginger from the Eccentric Molecules line. It's not going to be one of those ginger fragrances, but it is going to be that very bright, citrusy, kind of dark sort of a scent. The pink pepper in here is not spicy. It gives off a bit of a rosy vibe, but this fragrance is more about the woods and the citrus than anything else. I remember grapefruit being a note in Bleu de Chanel. I might have been misled, but I definitely get that tart, zingy grapefruit lemony opening. In the dry down, of course, you have sandalwood, incense, and cedarwood. I get more cedar than sandalwood just because there's nothing sweet about this fragrance. Usually when I think of sandalwood, I think of like a creamy sweetness, and I'm certainly not getting that from this fragrance, but I am getting that vetiver and nutmeg combination. The nutmeg is very smooth. It's a little spicy, but very easygoing, and doesn't have as redolent of a personality as something like a cinnamon or saffron or allspice or even cumin. There's a lot of spices out there where once they're put in a fragrance, they make their presence known. Nutmeg is a little bit more subtle, a little bit more introverted, and I think it works really, really well with some of these other ingredients to kind of give off that quote-unquote blue vibe. This is great. This smells like Bleu de Chanel to me. Anybody that suggests otherwise has perhaps been spending more time with the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum version, because I know those tend to go in a bit of a darker direction, but I do have the Eau de Toilette on hand. I've been wearing it for over a decade now, and I love this fragrance. I love Bleu de Chanel. This one comes very, very close. It's hard to put an actual percentage on it just because I haven't conducted a thorough or chemistry factory-based lab analysis with an GC system or anything like that, nor do I have any know-how or experience in using such sophisticated machinery, but this just based off of my limbic system and the memories that it activated, yes, this one actually does smell very similar to Bleu de Chanel, and the performance is tantamount as well. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, well, this one is not unique because it is an inspiration. It is an interpretation of Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette by Chanel, but the overall smell is a huge compliment getter, very easy to wear, easy to pull off, well groomed, and mass appealing, which is, the same things that can be said about Bleu de Chanel. In terms of the longevity, this one is going to get you about 7 hours. Projection was great for the first half hour of application. It radiated within an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 4.5, a skin scent right around hour 7 or 7.5. Versatility, it does lean masculine, great for formal scenarios, great for an office setting, great for any time of the year, to be honest. There's enough of that citrusy vetiver quality that comes across rather refined. The nutmeg even makes it a really appropriate scent for the hotter weather, but I think the incense and the woods and some of the darker components make it great for the colder weather as well. This one will appeal to anybody of any age. I think the only consideration when it comes to should I wear this or not is, do I want to smell like Bleu de Chanel? It's such a popular fragrance. So many people have it. So many people love it. But if you're looking to spend very, very little money on an inspiration that comes very, very close to the original, definitely check out Citrus Ginger by Dossier. You know my thoughts on the presentation. I've reviewed many Dossier fragrances in the past. My final verdict on this fragrance is, if you are a fan of the Eau de Toilette version of Bleu de Chanel, you want something that smells very similar to Bleu de Chanel, but for less than a fraction of the price, definitely check this one out. I'm going to leave all of the links down below. They are not affiliate links. I don't make any commission from you purchasing from those links. I'm just doing it for your convenience. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate that. If you took something of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.